Hey guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, welcome. We're going to stop right here at the entrance of the Temple of the Tiger at Zoo Knoxville. And this beautiful little crane come over to tell us good morning. It was a beautiful morning here yesterday in East Tennessee, like right at probably in the high 40s right when we got to the park. It was really good timing. I actually thought we were going to be late. For some reason, I thought the zoo opened at 9. It actually opens at 10. We got there at 9:53, so we were right there at rope drop, and as soon as they lifted the gates, we made our way back here. And really, I was thinking, okay, we'll get in here and we'll beat the crowd. But really, you would think like to, what was it, 2 days after Christmas, the day after Christmas, it wasn't too crazy. So, go figure. But, the Knox, it was weird. Our whole day was crazy and not crazy. Like, my mom and I just went because she wasn't doing anything, and I'm still off the rest of the week. So I'm like, hey, do you want to go to the zoo with me? I need to film some stuff. And she's like, sure. So the zoo was dead. Here's one of the Malayan tigers. This is the female. I can't remember her name right off the top of my head. A lot of times they'll switch them back and forth, the male and the female. So she is on this side right now. You remember my last video, the big male, he was over here. But he is actually on the other side this time. So, but anyways, yeah, so we, like the zoo, pretty dead. Knoxville Mall West, an absolute madhouse. And then we stopped at Holston's, a nice little restaurant in Morristown. Totally dead, no one there. So it was kind of like we traded off the craziness throughout the day. It did look like the zoo, though. When we left, I would say about 1:15ish. It really had started picking up. But as far as us getting here right when the rope dropped, we pretty much had the place to ourselves there at the beginning. This is coming up on the red Panda Village. Really, really cool. They take their big bushy tails, and they like the two that you'll see outside. We'll show them in a sec when we kind of when we come back out from this frame. They were using their big tails as like little quilts. It was really cool. But these cuties were up against the glass. I don't usually see them up against the glass like this, but yeah, they are just here hanging out, checking everybody out. Look at this little cute thing. Zoo Knoxville, is like on the forefront of red panda like conservation efforts. I think they're the number one. Like they're number one in the country as far as their breeding program goes, and helping out the numbers of red pandas and then sending them out to other zoos, across the country, across the world. And they are just, one lady was telling me it's just where East Tennessee is so close to their native habitat that they just seem to do really well in this climate. And there are those two up there looking like they got their little tails wrapped around them, because it was a little brisk. Like I said, it was probably like 48, 49 when we first went in, but like after 20 minutes of walking around, I had to shed my coat. I started to sweat. But it was just a really, really cool Thursday to wander around the zoo. And, a lot of the animals were out. I didn't get to see the big giant tortoise. I think the giant tortoise at Zoo Knoxville is like, he's way, way old. And super cool to see when they're out there feeding him. But I think they had him kind of like off right now. They had him inside where, it was just easier for him to regulate, and he, out here in the cold. So didn't get to see him. But for the most part, a lot of the animals, the gibbons, they were out. The giraffes, the elephants, the rhinos, everybody was really out and really active. I got a good construction update on this video. If you want to see the construction part of it for the ARC campus, that is about 10 minutes into the video. And if you don't know, the ARC is like a huge new construction project that the zoo's taken on. It's like, I want to say 3 acres, maybe 2.5 acres. There's going to be like 80 new species they're going to be bringing in. They're going to be bringing the American river otter down off of the hill, like where the reptiles are at now. They're going to have their own little enclosure. I mean, it's a big deal. It's not going to be done until like 2021. They're spending $18 million on it. The actual, they're calling it the ARC campus, ARC. It actually stands for the Clayton Family Amphibian and Reptile Conservation Campus. And you can see on the little signs when you walk by, there are going to be a ton of animals. I think they were saying, what was that lady telling us yesterday? I think they said they're even going to have Cuban crocodiles at this, giant pythons, a whole slew of turtles. Like I said, they're bringing down the American river otter. Just really, really cool stuff going on. But like I said, that's about 5 minutes further into this video. Right here, we're down into the Clayton's play cabin. This is like the whole little farm, little country farm play area. They've got all these little rope bridges set up for the kids, sandboxes, slides. All of this stuff is centered around like country critters and the sheep, and they've got like a dark club. They call it like the night, quote unquote night club that you can go in. It's in that mountain behind that house you just saw, where they've got like raccoons, skunks, all kinds of stuff down in there. That's really, really neat to watch. And up there in that window, we'll film from that window in a minute. That is like, they've set it up as like the barn loft up there. So they have really cool stuff like little rats and mice and owls are up there. This right here, we're running up on the Beaver Lodge, and they share it. I can't think of the names of these little birds right here off the top of my head. I think we pan by their sign up on the upper deck here in just a minute, but they share a little area with the beavers. That's really cool. This is like the whole kids' birthday area. They've got a little cantina over there that's seasonally operational. Just everything, they've got all it covered for the little kids' birthdays and running around down here, and the different tables and all that stuff. This is like a small little aviary. I didn't see any birds in here this time, but sometimes they'll let them come in and just fly all around over your head and stuff. And they share, like their upper level is right here looking down onto the beaver dam, and all of that stuff that they can mess around with. Here's the little sign right here, hooded merganser. So I thought that was pretty neat. And yeah, so that's all what's going on up in this area. We also have looking over here, like that's like what you're seeing those steps lead up to. In that little hillside, that mountain, that is like the emergency exit for the nightclub where the raccoons and all that are at. But check out this little kid slide that comes out of the mountain. I thought this was really cool. Here in a second, I'll pan back around. We'll look down on these guys just a quick sec. But then I pan back, and the little slide like comes out of the mountain. They would actually have to drag me out of here kicking and screaming if I was little and I had all this. So that, like, all of that is the facade of the nightclub. Really, really cool job on the rock work. And yeah, see, here's the slide kind of coming down out of that mountain. And then kind of leaving out here, these are, I believe they're the guinea hogs. The lady was out here, she was telling us they put cookies in that down there, and they'll pick out all the cookies and stuff before they actually eat that grain. Or I think she might have said alfalfa. I can't remember what she said, what else that was, but yeah, that was just really, really cool. This is up in that window I was telling you about, looking down onto the Clayton play area, the whole little farm area. And during the summer, it is packed with kids. This is the owl, like little loft up here. They've got a black widow spider, rats, all really cool kind of barn animal stuff. This little guy was hard to keep up with. He was really quick, and I've got this gimbal, so it's I can't go really, really quick with it because its whole thing is to like kind of stabilize the video. So I watch him here in a second. It's like he faked me out. And here he goes. Really, really fun to watch these guys. They kind of had him blocked off this morning. See, they can put doors up on these. I wish we had these in Planet Coaster, these little net tubes. So he couldn't get through right now. They let him outside, but as far as going through the rest of the exhibit goes, he was kind of like blocked in. But yeah, guys, here is your construction update on the ARC campus. And yeah, day after Christmas, these guys are not taking any days off. As a matter of fact, the zoo only closes, I believe, 2 days a year. They are only closed on Christmas Day and Thanksgiving, I believe. So, but nonetheless, these construction guys, Denarc Construction, these guys didn't get a Christmas break. They are out here tooling away at this. You'll see some new facade work. I don't know if it's going to have to do, I'll just have to get you some more updates as I kind of see stuff progress. It kind of looks like maybe they were like doorways they're working on for the river otters. Not totally sure, but there's the exit building. You exit out through the gift shop. And I was thinking when I come in to do my more realistic type zoo, I think I kind of want to model Knoxville's little entrance area. I think that would be really cool. And here in a second, we'll make our way down their little makeshift gravel pathway they have right now. They've still got it kind of, it's a pretty big mess right now. I won't front to you. It's they've got construction on both sides, and then we just passed the little sign talking about the river otters. There's those guys down in the ditch. Who knows how much plumbing is going to have to be run for all these water features, because so much of it is like aquarium, water-based. I think some of this, judging by the concept art, some of this is going to be indoors. Like, this isn't all going to be outside. I don't believe. So we'll just kind of have to see that right there, that rock work. I'm thinking, is that where they're going to like let the river otters in and out of their like nighttime enclosures? I'm not sure. But there is so much foundational work going on. Gravel being brought in, water piping we saw. There, look at all that rebar, that steel rebar setting there. I have no clue what those wooden posts are going to hold back, or kind of what the deal is with that. We've got this fresh concrete poured right there. They've got these construction walls up right there, even for the workers. So really, really fun stuff. We're over here at the elephant exhibit now, the African elephant exhibit, and we'll take one more look at the construction on our way out. But just kind of wanted to jump up in here and at least show you these guys, because they were out and about having a good time. It was really neat watching the people, watching the zookeepers and stuff fill their food and then raise it back up in the air. And that's really cool too, that the lady was telling me that a lot of these zoos nowadays are shifting back over to, they're shifting to mental type exercises to find the food. They're really trying to get away of just throwing the food on the ground if they can help it and letting the animals eat. They really want them to like discover and forage. And like we said, or like she was saying, just mentally exercise the animals and hide she was telling me with the zebras, they'll hide their food in different areas. Throughout the day, throughout the feeding sessions. They don't never put their food in the same area twice. This is actually leaving Gorilla Valley. We didn't see them. They weren't outside right yet. I think they were still inside, but there were a pretty good bit of people down in there. So I didn't want to go down in there with the camera and kind of stick it in everybody's face. But that's like the lower viewing cave right there, coming up out of Gorilla Valley. And here is your last construction shot of December 2019. Like I said, this is still a little ways off. They're saying, the zoo director was saying, don't expect to see this operational until 2021. So yeah, we've still got a ways to go. But like I said, we'll just jump back up in there as the year and a half goes on. We're going into 2020 here in 5-6 days. So a lot of exciting stuff for Knoxville Zoo. And I didn't know that my mom hasn't been to this zoo since I was in high school. So I told her, well, there's a little bit of construction going on, because even the last time I was here to do a video maybe 2 months ago, none of this was going on like this. There was a little bit of construction going on, but pretty much all of this stuff was still the same. But yeah, they are 100% full speed ahead now. So if you guys I'll go ahead and wrap this up, but if you guys end up liking these construction videos, and if you like me stopping by and checking out Zoo Knoxville, just let me know in the comments section down below. So anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you.